We've got some breaking economic news to get into. Julie Hyman, take us through it.
Yeah, we got pending home sales out for the month of April, not changed at all. The economist estimate was for a gain of 1% month over month, and instead we are seeing no change in those pending home sales. The prior month, March, saw a 5.2% drop, so it still represents an improvement, but not much of one, and worse than estimated one. So we've got our Dani Romero here with us on set, who is also analyzing the data, and it looks like we're really seeing a lot of discrepancies between regions that cause this overall number to not see any change.
Yeah, so the results really show that the spring selling season really didn't start with a bang. Buyers are still having a really hard time, moving from those sidelines due to that limited inventory that we're seeing in the resale market, as well as those higher mortgage rates. But if we break this down regionally, in pending home sales, the Northeast took a hit, still is taking a hit. I mean, we've been kind of seeing that trend move along. The South has sales activity compared to 2001 levels. That really stood out to me in the data. The Midwest decreased about 22% in their sales. So those pandemic boom towns are really cooling off, and we're really seeing that right now. Not really much enticement there, but also mortgage rates. If we reflect back in April, mortgage rates were they were ranging between 6.27% to 6.43%. So now they're sitting around 6.39%. So affordability still remains a concern, Julie.
Well, I want to ask you, you talked about the regions and some of the sticking points we've seen there, inventory being an issue. But in the Northeast, for instance, I've, I look at Zillow every now and then to see what's out there. It seems like pricing is still pretty strong, and it seems like it continues to be a seller's market. Does that seem to be one of the sticking points that is in the Northeast?
Well, for the Northeast, I would just say that from what I've been hearing, just anecdotally from just the experts that I've spoken with, is that we're really seeing, sure, we're seeing prices decline, but they're not going super down, right? I mean, they're still pretty elevated. Not enough, right? Not enough to really push these buyers. And we're seeing that in the data right now, right? To really sign that contract. That's what pending home sales really shows us. It's a good gauge, a good indicator on the health of the home buyer, right? And so I think the Northeast will be taking some pressure, but like we said, those pandemic boom towns are also taking some of the heat too, right? They're not really seeing that surge that they really saw during the pandemic. So there is some cooling off, but of course it goes back to that affordability and the inventory issue that we're still dealing with. But public home builders are really being enticed right now and coming up with incentives to really bring buyers into that market.
Yeah, well, we'll see what it continues to show. Thanks, Dani. Appreciate it.
Thank you.